Welcome to Oof My Wallet, a production of the TFTalk network. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. And follow us on Patreon and all other social channels at TFYLP. Enjoy the show. Good evening, fine folks of the USA and abroad. This is the Oof Crew for January 20th, 2020. Swift? Am I right on that? 2020?
Yeah.
What?
Oh!
100%.
Swifty.
2021! Sorry, we had the date wrong in the last few episode titles. That is a big oof on my part. I'm sorry. I apologize. I just missed 2020 so much. I had to keep it going in one way or another. But here we are. This is the inaugural oof. Since today was such a spectacular day in our country. So,
but it wasn't the inaugural oof of 2021. We've already had a 2021 oof.
That's correct. I just It's just inaugural. It's just an adjective that means nothing.
Okay.
I am your host, Paul. We are Oof My Walleting tonight, where we talk about stuff we recently purchased, decide if it was a good idea or a bad idea, and, mostly it's bad ideas. But I am joined with a few fine folks. We have Mr. Swift below me.
What's up, everybody?
We have Mr. Phil from
Hi, everybody.
Chicago. And we have the guy in our intros, the oof face.
Oof.
Check that beard. I mean, you just know it's him. He's got that.
Oof.
Just kidding. It's Rick Alvarez, the one and only. And he's
Hi, everybody.
He's using vertical video, so you get a really weird sliver of him. It's great.
Is this better?
I mean, I kind of liked this. Whichever way you like. I was just going to mention how you can see my amazing background I made with the purple Decepticon money just floating away from your wallet all over the background. So this is the second episode of the year. We're trying to keep it going as much as we can, or at least I am, because I will not be the host for much longer because my days are numbered. I'm about to become a father. So I'm just...
Will you stop lying and just admit that you're being deported?
Well, which country did they find out I was from?
Texas.
And if you can't answer that, then I'm not going to say I'm getting
I
deported.
didn't hear what Rick said. Rick said something.
I
that
said
threw me off.
Texas.
Well, that's a good suggestion. Zaldron thinking about Nicey right now. I know where your head's at. You're thinking about your wallet. Well, I'm going to start us off. We might not have... This might be a shorter episode. I don't want to preemptively say so, but this might be because I'm not sure... with doing the rapid fire every week episodes, we're not really... It's hard to keep up. You can't have, new stuff every week, can you? It's not possible. Somehow, I have managed to do it. So I'm keeping the show going, and I'm going to start us off today with none other than... Mr. Shatterglass himself, the Purple Man. It's Shatterglass Optimus.
I really like the Evangelion Optimus.
Oh, I do too. I wish this was that. It's
Aren't they
close.
the same?
No, they're not the same.
So who came up with Shattered Glass?
I don't know. That's a great question. Why don't you ask yourself?
I know who. It was Brian Savage.
Ah, it really was?
Yeah, it really was.
The Sav Man himself? Was he watching Star Trek that night?
Baron von Savage. That's why Hot Rod has the goatee.
Yeah, the
He's got the goatee from Spock.
Spock goatee, right?
Yeah, and then when we came up for the panel that year, we all had goatees on.
Well, I just wanted to point out the Matrix is purple. It is in his chest, and it's pretty cool. I think
Where else would it be?
the paint is quite good on especially his face, just like that bright green thing and his red eyes. You know, it actually looks pretty close to the original BotCon release. I don't know how I feel about Shattered Glass being now part of the general canon. I mean, this isn't the first time it's happened, so I guess I don't really have an opinion. This is a pretty cool looking toy. It's a great mold.
I haven't opened mine yet. Does it have the writing on the side of it?
I haven't transformed it. It doesn't look like it says "Till all are gone."
That was my contribution to it.
Oh, well, I always liked that one. That was good move.
That's
we
like
were
this-
going to make a Shattered Glass animated episode in season 4.
Ooh. I feel like making it till all are gone is like you're the dude in Scrabble who just adds one letter to get like a big score.
Maybe. What was the anything else? I mean, keep riffing on the Shattered Glass stuff because it sounds like it's coming back in a bigger way than just
we tried
this.
to do one for GI Joe, and we could never nail it down. But we did it for Transformers, and we had the Autobots win because the Autobots were evil, and in Shattered Glass, evil wins. So the Autobots still won, even though they're the bad guys.
That's cool. Jay Holla is saying that the Dead Prime trailer goes with this guy. I actually had kind of a panic moment when I was like, wait a minute, where's the trailer? Because I swear that the promo images showed the trailer in the 2-pack, and then when I opened the 2-pack, I'm like, no, there's no trailer here. It's just the Ratchet and this guy. And I don't have the Ratchet to show because I already sold it. So I just got it for this guy. For Mr. Prime.
That's the one with the blue feet, right?
Yes, the cotton candy Ratchet, as I like to call him. So this is why I'm not so into the Shattered Glass stuff being mainline, because like the Ratchet, it's cool that there's a Shattered Glass Ratchet, but it's not the actual Shattered Glass Ratchet. So is this a separate Shattered Glass now? Is this an alternative Shattered Glass universe? I don't know. Someone has
Maybe
to
they'll
tell me.
flash to it in season 3 of the
Maybe.
the Netflix show.
Oh God. Well, because Ratchet was originally he was like the Energon mold or something, and he was black, I think. And I liked the idea of the black Ratchet that kind of fits better than just like sort of a random alternative white Ratchet. And Rick is back, looking good. I miss the oof mouth, but we're glad you're with us. So yeah, any other Shattered Glass stories before I let someone else take the cake?
I don't know. Did you have any questions about it?
Ooh.
We were going to do a Shattered Glass punch counter punch called Kick Counter Kick.
Yeah, that's great. Do you know what the
materialized.
color scheme would have been?
No, it never got past the idea.
I would have just liked to have seen colors reversed. You know, yellow car with blue robot parts.
Probably what it would have been.
And big feet.
Or it would have ended up looking like the first Shattered Glass Ricochet, which it looks like Thrust for no reason.
Yeah, that's the one that like boggled me. It's like, why is this guy maroon, and who is he?
Yeah, there's no reason for that. Just Lanny said that's the color he's going to be. That's it.
Well,
there was no reason for that.
You know, that was the thing about Shattered
He
Glass.
should have been white with black flames.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been baller.
That would have been cool.
I mean, with the Shattered Glass universe, they didn't have to stick to a lot of rules other than the evil Autobots and the heroic Decepticons. You know, I think as long as they stuck to that, which they did, then that keeps it pretty open. So like some things could be reversed of other characters, some could be completely new, some could just be weird molds that never got used. So, but I hope they do.
Adamant
Sorry,
that we call it Brian Savage came up with the idea, and he was very adamant that we call Megatron Prime. And I'm like, no, don't do that. That's stupid.
Yeah, that seems kind of weird because it's not like Optimus Prime is now Optitron.
Right. It was, yeah.
It's like it's too far.
Stupid.
It's cool because it was still Megatron.
And then we made the Energon. Was it Energon? Or wait, no, it was Armada Sideswipe or Armada Blur. It was Armada Blur that got remade into Armada Blur, and we put a new head on it.
Yeah.
With an eye patch, and then when we got the toy at the convention, we're like, if we were going to make a new head, why didn't we just use another toy?
Don't know.
Oof.
Mystery. Oof.
Oof.
Fun pub. Oof. I did like the Shattered Glass though, because that was kind of right when I started character collecting. So 2008. So I was like, oh, I actually collect almost every one of these characters, so I have to have these versions. So for that style of completionism, I kind of do like the Shattered Glass because it gives me another way to get an Optimus or a Starscream and whatever. And according to the leaks, we're going to get a lot more of this in the coming months. So
oh my God, isn't it easy repaint?
Just paint him white and black like Jetfire. You got it. Paul will buy it.
I know you hate the era, Rick, but I want all the Beast Wars figures repainted in nonsensical colors 50 times.
I am all for that, actually. More Beast Wars, the better, man.
Well,
More Beast Wars, the better.
We never really got Shattered Glass Beast Wars.
I nerded out on that stupid Netflix Cheetor because it has green eyes and it has the glossy yellow plastic like the 10th anniversary. And I freaking nerded out about that thing.
So
Details matter.
That's an easy sale for you.
Oh yeah.
Details matter.
Now here's the question: did you already buy the first Kingdom Cheetor, so you have to replace it?
Replace it? I'm gonna have both.
Okay. All right. Apologize.
You know,
if they want to give me one with blue eyes as well, I'll take it.
Inviting the oof.
Give me one painted like Tigatron, and then give me the Takara Tigatron and the Ultra White, and then give me Tigatron in the orange, and then give me the Shadow Panther, and then give me the Night Stalker Cheetor.
Those the fan repaints of the Cheetor in the Shattered Glass colors are really cool. It's basically
I got something. I just remembered I have something. I'm going to show it to you now.
Please
you
do.
You guys continue.
Okay. Goodbye,
Go
Rick.
on.
I guess a good thing I don't have Rick going next. Anyone else got some comments about Shattered Glass or the Prime or any questions or?
I don't think I own a single Shattered Glass toy when I think about it.
Well, they are expensive now. Like some of the originals, quite expensive. And I'm actually, like this is probably the most utilized Shattered Glass toy. Usually.
Yeah, I take it back. I've got the MP10 Shattered Glass Prime. That's it.
My favorite thing about that toy is that the axe goes really good with Ectotron.
I haven't tried that.
It's that green. It looks like an Ecto axe or something.
Yeah.
Hey, doggy. Hey, we all have dogs.
Yeah, she's going nuts.
Actually, all 4 people on this podcast have dogs now, right? With Rick's,
let me mute this, and she's going nuts.
I want to hear more about Rick's pup. Actually, how that all went. Oh, he's back. You got something to show?
Swifty, do you have this Cheetor?
They got all the way to the point where they packaged it?
It's a package sample, so it's not even. It's a.
Oh, I see.
Different bubble.
All right, so
I really want that to be made so bad.
That Waspinator is pretty sought after, right? Is that the Halloween one?
Yeah, the Halloween HorrorCon.
Yeah, this is the Skywarp one.
Cool.
Painted to look like Skywarp.
Hasbro would immediately sell me on a Selects if they packaged Cheetor in those colors and Waspinator in those colors.
Yeah, I just remembered I had that. I don't think I ever showed it to you before.
Love that stuff. That'll be a big oof if anyone needs that. So very, very cool to see that in the package. I don't think
$5,000.
Sure, at least.
Start saving now.
Zaldron, no, that was not released. That's why it's such an oof. Actually, I'll just give the world the big oof on that one because you're not ever getting that. Sorry, suckers.
It's in Rick's vault.
Yep. Along with all the other ones.
When you start,
Someday.
how much is it to get a ticket to come in and just look at everything?
He keeps saying it's free.
I'm gonna do a grand opening. I'm really close to being done. I think I got another couple months, and then I might be done.
Please wait till after COVID. So,
Yeah. Once you get vaccinated, I got a whole case of nothing but Beast Wars stuff like that.
Oh man,
You're
well,
gonna splooge.
I want to see it.
we have spent a lot of time on my first little trinket here. Would someone like to go first, or should I pick someone?
You pick, Mr. MC.
Oh, then it's gonna be you. You talked. It's you.
Ah.
Haha.
So, nothing too exciting. I got Trailbreaker here.
Ooh.
Kind
Kind of hard
The
to
reason
find.
he's an oof for me is that I had to buy him off of Amazon for a few bucks higher than retail because, of course, Target canceled my pre-order because I got him in the Target pre-order when he was on sale. And like many of pre-orders in 2020, that just, I don't know, fell off a boat somewhere or who knows what happened. But yeah, I'm happy with them. I'm surprised at how much more I actually enjoy them than Hoist. I don't dislike Hoist. I just find that this mold just works better as Trailbreaker. The head just kind of seems to stand a little bit taller. No joking. The black is slimming, so it doesn't seem as fat as Hoist does. Yeah, I'm happy with them. Would have liked to have paid retail or below retail for them, but for like $3 or $4 over retail, I'm not going to lose too much sleep on a $20 deluxe. But yeah, pleased to have them.
Yeah, I think that final wave Earthrise stuff is going to shoot up in value because there just wasn't a lot of it. I don't know if they're going to do restocks of it or not. I doubt it because the Kingdom's here now. So maybe it'll show up at like Aldi's like the other stuff did, or
yeah,
who knows.
Pulse has been doing a decent amount of restocks through their site. So I mean, it's I've been surprised at how much stuff they have restocked, and then it didn't show up through Pulse, but even Scorponok getting that recent re-release.
Well, I think the problem there was a COVID production thing, and instead they had to like postpone the original run to a different time, and that's why everyone's now releasing it in the summer of this year. So it'll like come out the same time as the new Titan is what it looks like. So that'll be weird.
We'll get the new Titan, Unicron, and Scorponok all in the same month time frame.
Speaking of the big beach ball of doom, I'm wondering if that's actually going to come out before I'm done doing this show. Because if it, we might have to do an emergency Oof My Wallet if that comes out and people start getting it. Because we're going to talk about Unicron for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
I just want to see your front porch where you're going to have like 6 of them sitting there.
That's not happening. Don't worry about that. My porch is
Make
my
sure
porch.
Make sure you post pictures.
I'm not
Post in the private Discord. Discord.
Yeah, I will share them selectively. How about that? Speaking of, since you just spoke, how about you go, Mr. Swift?
My one on-topic purchase is I finally completed all the Beast Wars of Wave 1. I got Primal. I got them for less than retail because GameStop had them on sale and in stock. So, yeah, I mean, he's really good. I say it about every Primal. He transforms like Primal. He's a little different, but mostly he's the same. And Megatron's the same too. Like, they mostly just transform like Primal and Megatron. So, I mean, this just sort of shows you that the show stuck so close to the toys just keep being the same. My only gripe with him is the swords don't store away. They sort of just peg on his back, so he's a monkey carrying some swords around. But he's really good. And I finally have him. And I wasted a trip to Target and multiple trips to Walmart to not find him, just to get him from online, which I should have just stuck to.
So, as a Beast Wars connoisseur, like I didn't have the original Primal, and you say they all kind of transform the same. You know, there's been a few now. There's been the original one. There's been the Masterpiece one. Now there's this one. Like, I mean, you can't really compare all those, but like, if they, which one stands out now? Do you like this one just because it's new, or what does this do differently than, say, the Masterpiece?
This one definitely has a better. Because if I had to complain about the Masterpieces, it was when they showed it to us originally, and they had just like 3D printed the CGI model that they were going to base his beast mode off of. It's primal in a standing position. And so his crouched over position is kind of like hacky, where you sort of just pop some of his joints out and you position him to look right. This has a much better like transition between the standing upright and the down like a gorilla. You don't have to do weird things and sort of position it right for the joints to look well. But it has its drawbacks. Like there's a big old gap in his chest. Like it mostly just this hinges. And it just sits in front of this big old cavity. But yeah, it mostly does what every other Primal does. But it does it well. The only Primal I don't own, which I actually have the Unite version sitting in my pile of loot, is the one from the 10th anniversary.
The deluxe.
Yeah, the deluxe.
With
all the other
Primals.
Right, yeah. All the other Primals I own,
Masters?
they're very... What's that?
You got Robot Masters?
I do have the Robot Masters, yeah. I have one of them. I don't have all of them, but I have one of them. But yeah, they all basically transform the same, but you know, this one's pretty good. I don't think there's a bad Primal. Except for maybe that deluxe. I don't own it yet. It might be pretty terrible.
Let me throw out an idea I just had. For the Shattered Glass Beast Wars toys, give them the mutant heads.
That would be really cool. I love those mutant heads. They're wacky. Like, I was pretty excited that the Flame Toys one that's coming out, they showed a picture recently that has the mutant head like battle mask. So
I don't think I noticed that.
I saw that image I think today. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I guess I'm glad I pre-ordered that and put money down so that I have to buy it. So.
So if you had a Shattered Glass Primal, would it be purple like Megatron, or would it be something else?
Wasn't Shattered Glass Primal the colors of the Universe one? Ooh, April.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Shattered Glass Primal was the Universe colors.
There was one in fiction or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or it might have just been a poster or something.
Yeah,
it a
I think
Fun Pub
it was
comic?
like very so. Because I think like Cheetor has Shattered Glass colors, and it was based off like a little like chibi image of him, and he's basically was the those initial Tigatron colors, the orange and green. So I don't know exactly where it's from, but I'm pretty sure it was the Universe colors that they used for his Shattered Glass.
Yeah. That's much better. I was thinking Ape Link, but that's much better. The Universe.
I don't have any Ape Links. I need an Ape Link.
Yeah. Slacking.
I have a lot to collect. That's at least I have things to collect. You know.
I'm like the sun approaching supernova. I'm at the end. You know, like there's not much more left to get.
Oh, it's making more.
But
yeah, you're scorching the Earth because you've already enveloped Venus and Mercury, and
yep,
we're in for a bad
Mercury tasted good. Just salty. Salty as hell. All right, so I got a oof.
What you
I'm
got?
gonna split this up into two oofs.
Oh my!
It's a stack of toys.
So,
Regular
I'm at the
retail
Walmart.
stuh, Rick. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he showed them all at once.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, my story now. So I went to Walmart and they're resetting the aisles at the Walmarts near me, and I keep checking them, and the pallets are just sitting there in the aisles, wrapped up in plastic wrap with all the toys sitting on it. And the other day I got really annoyed, and I just said, you know what? Took out my knife, cut that plastic film wrap off, took the boxes, opened them up, all case fresh. The only thing that bothered me about it was that the Voyagers, the Optimus Primal Cyclonus, there's only one Cyclonus per box. That upset me.
Yep.
Yet it took me this long to find an Optimus. Everyone's posting pictures of Cyclonus, and he keeps coming back to stock. Optimus.
Rick, you should have embellished that story by saying the whole aisle of toys tumbled down after you took out the Transformers from the Jenga.
You didn't have any. You didn't have any.
No,
of
I
these
had to take some boxes off, and I just threw them. I know, Mike. We gotta talk.
Yeah, you know, I didn't put two and two together that most of the ones I found don't have that tab that was in all the product photography.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that was actually a thing.
Yeah, that's definitely the first wave, because the new wave, which I have, they're all clear.
Yeah. They must have realized really fast that, hey, this isn't very structurally sound.
They're like, hey, we could save 3 cents per box.
Well, the funny thing is it's actually got a little bit of plastic on the back of it, on the
Yeah.
but it must have still just not been enough lower down. So it's probably just ripping off the pegs or something.
I mean, that's a pretty significant packaging variant. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oof.
Rick, when you pulled out your knife, did you say the Crocodile Dundee line?
No, I looked over at my wife and I said, of course. She looked at me like, what are you doing? Because I had a knife in my hand. And I said, well, I'm Puerto Rican. I have to have a knife. And so I cut the thing open. That's a bad stereotype. I'm only part Puerto Rican. So it's a little knife.
I was waiting for the butt or so.
I'm just I'm at
What are you
Walmart.
doing?
This
I
place
had a
has
knife in
finally
my
done
hand.
me in. I just got a knife and
I'm at
we're going
Walmart
crazy.
and I got a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walmart knife.
That's called a Tuesday at Walmart.
And you know what? I had just bought it a few days earlier. It was on clearance at that same Walmart.
Depending
The
on where
circle
you
of
are,
life.
depending on where you are in the South, you just assume that everyone's carrying a knife. So
Right, there you go. Or if you live in Camden, New Jersey, they've all got a gun. They just shoot the film.
I can't get this off. Just shoot it.
Right.
I can't tell you how many times I've done that, Rick. Grab stuff off the pallet in the middle of the aisle. It's just feels so
And
good.
you know what? Nobody stopped me. And there was 3 employees there trying to restock that aisle.
Oh,
Nobody
really?
said shit.
You did
Nobody
it right in
said
front of them?
anything. I mean, first of all, I'm 6'2", I'm 311 pounds, and I'm built like a lumberjack from hell. So ain't nobody gonna say anything to me.
Well, the polite, if they're actually there doing work, but polite thing is to ask them to grab it for you. Just etiquette wise.
Well, he just did their work for him. He just
Sure.
sliced it open. Now they don't have to.
Right. And I just looked at the box. I'm like, pick that up.
Excuse me.
Plus, now they don't have to put on the shelves all the stuff he just purchased.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I went back there today, and there was nothing. There was a big hole.
Well, that hole would have been there either way if they put it there or you did. So
It looks like they tried to fill the hole with as many Cyberverse shockwaves as they had. But
and they have a lot of those. Those aren't going anywhere.
Some other collector was there today, just like, man, this Walmart never gets anything in stock.
it smells like Alvarez in here.
Well, that's the thing. I love seeing these posts on the Transformers subreddit or in Transformers group X, Y, or Z. Like, oh, my Walmart never gets anything. And I always like to just put in there like, no, you just don't get there fast enough, bro.
The thing is, right, I got to get 2.
Of course.
Because I'm an asshole. One to play with and one not to play with. So that's the problem.
Define play for our listeners.
Pew,
No,
pew,
please
pew,
don't.
pew.
Please don't. Okay. Well, great. So you got the whole deluxe wave, and you got the Voyagers, but
And the
no
Voyager waves.
no
And
leaders.
they didn't have anything else. But there's a second oof I'll have later for you.
Okay.
Similar story.
Well, I got a good one. I found at the store too. I didn't even have to open the pallet boxes. They were just sitting there on the shelf for me. It's My Buddy and Me Grimlock.
Nice. How do you feel about that toy?
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Getting some echo in there. I think it is an amazing leader. Hopefully we can get Rick back. He's having a few technical issues, but now we're in triple
Yeah,
mode.
did someone else just jump on?
That's me.
Okay.
I don't think he's showing video. But yeah, I got the leader Grimlock. He was in stock at my local Target. A friend of mine said that he picked it up, and so I, or at least he didn't tell me. I saw he posted it on Facebook, and I was like, peel out the car gif. Phil knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Went over there, and they had a few, and I picked one up, and I opened it. I did that thing where I go out to the parking lot, and I open the toy in my car in the parking lot, which is pathetic, but I did it.
That's just, you might as well just masturbate in the car.
I-
That's basically.
I mean, that's,
Basically.
I was playing with something. Anyways, one of the cool features about this, and I mean, this is essentially the Masterpiece toy
Simplified.
reduced a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really simplified much. It's pretty spot on. It's quite good. It's a little puffier, especially in dinosaur mode. But like, especially the face is like very much modeled after the Masterpiece.
Yeah.
So they definitely, and the way the head sits on the back is definitely modeled after that. And that's, Lucas will laugh because yes, this is very much like the Masterpiece, but it isn't the Masterpiece. But the cool feature is that they innovated on this, and this might not be a big deal, but these wings, they have a little flap, if you will.
There's a hinge.
There's a
That's
hinge
pretty
there.
nice.
They can do all sorts of fun stuff. You can change the silhouette, and it's very, very, very nice. The transformation is interesting. It does a better job than the Masterpiece of like the flush tail bits locked into the
Yeah.
leg. It's like a really
It does sort of
big
have the
piece.
fatter tail, though, right?
Yeah. The whole midsection of the dinosaur is very cartoonish. It's like a beluga whale or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of the best way I can put it. But it's a solid toy. The joints are good. The plastic's good. I love the giant colored strips on his feet.
Yeah.
Just the Lego bricks on his shins.
Is that painted gold, or there's some of that gold plastic?
It may be painted. It may be black that's painted gold. That would be my guess. From just quick giving it a glance.
Yeah.
There's also a little tab here that just locks in the thing on the back, which is kind of cool. Just there's little slight differences from the Masterpiece, and then of course you have Rhyme Time here.
Mr.
Now, he's got some
Non-Transform-
articulation in there. I didn't realize that until people had the in-hand pictures, but he does move a bit.
Yeah, I mean he has a waist joint. He has ball joints on his sockets, and his head turns and moves up and down. So he can do
I think they'll.
a decent amount. Just those legs being locked into place are kind of a bummer.
Are they locked in the sitting position?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if he had knees because I knew he didn't have elbows.
He's forever taking a dump. It's just the way Wheelie is. I think, if you think of it that way, it's appropriate. It's Wheelie.
You get shit if I get shit.
I don't want to try to come up with a rhyme that's not obscene right now. So, yes. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can get Rick back in here. Would someone else like to go next, unless you have any more questions about that figure? He's hitting at targets, $50. I think it's $50 well spent. Not an oof.
That's well. How is he like roughly the same size as the Masterpiece?
Well, I don't have it with me, but it sure seems that way. I bet the Masterpiece is like maybe a head taller.
Yeah, because that looked like a pretty good size leader class figure.
Yeah, it feels like a leader class. I mean, it is about 8.5 inches from the feet to the head, according to my trusty stick of lines here. So yeah, I recommend it. It's out there. He's packed 2 to the case, so your shelves currently should be pretty flush with Grimlock. They didn't. It's not.
And he's the only leader in that wave, right?
Yeah, so it's a solid packed leader wave, which is kind of rare. Doesn't happen like that very often.
Now, I apologize for not knowing this. Are the other Dinobots going to be leader class as well?
Yeah, at least some of them are.
We only know about
maybe not
Slag
Swoop.
so far, right?
Yes.
Or do we know about others?
We only know about Slag. I've heard rumors that the other ones are coming, but like,
Yeah.
I don't trust the people I'm hearing it from, so I'd rather have Paddles. Honestly, that'd be cool. But he wasn't in the movie, so that won't happen.
Well, because we're getting Slag with Daniel, right? So we assume another kind of wheelie type figure, right?
I would assume, yeah. Or I hope it's better than, say, the Spike that comes with Bumblebee. That little exosuit dude. I hope it's. I'd prefer, something like this over that. But size-wise, that size of that thing kind of makes sense to go along with this wheelie. So who knows?
Yeah.
And it has to turn into the car. But yeah, Slag's definitely coming. I think by the end of this year. And if you think about it, if he's going to be about the same height as Grimlock in robot mode, then I guess they kind of are stuck with making them all leaders if they want to keep it. If they want to keep that.
The only one I would see being a Voyager would be maybe Swoop.
Yeah, maybe. But he still is not really. I mean, we're kind of used to him being a little smaller than the rest of them these days, but he's not really supposed to be. He's kind of they're all supposed to be sort of the same.
I mean, if you did like a Studio Series Shockwave thing with Swoop, where you gave him a bunch of accessories, like give him the lasso, to get the Dinobots on the ship, different stuff like that. Maybe a bunch of missiles, firing out of the Galvatron ship.
Or he could come with the door that they knocked down, or something, which that'd be pretty boring. It'd be a slab of plastic, but or maybe the robot on the ship that Hot Rod's fighting with.
Oh yeah,
Time out.
Will Snarl just
was
come
really
in
good.
as beast mode
Maybe
and never transform?
that would be great. I mean, they can probably get away without doing Snarl, honestly, but it would be
He's
kind of
he's
a
in
bummer.
he's in like 2 shots. I think.
He was in both modes though. He's in the robot mode in the
he in
Quintessence
robot?
ship.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess I didn't notice.
It's literally one frame. It's when it's flying down to Planet Junk and like it's spinning. You can like see through the window and see he's like standing there in robot mode. It's so nerdy. I think unfortunately we lost Rick, so we're sticking with the triptych.
Ooh.
Just saying, Phil, if you could move to your right a little bit, it'll look a little better. Yeah, right there. Yeah,
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're missing the second half of Rick's oof, which is I think that's kind of an oof right there. Rick, you get the big oof for that one. Technical difficulties, always a killer on Oof My Wallet. All right, who's got a round 2?
I've got a round 2, a non-transformer round 2. So the rest
All
of
right.
mine are non-transformers.
Oh, I'm right
And,
there with you.
Yeah, and so
Traitors.
Merciless, the Batman Mcfarland Toys Build-A-Figure. I freaking love this thing. The new Mcfarland Batman DC toys, their Build-A-Figures are a little bit easier to get a hold of than, say, the Marvel Legends, where Marvel Legends you usually need to get 5, 6, 7, sometimes even 8 toys. This guy you just need to get 4. But he is massive. I wasn't sure if I was going to pick him up, but I actually saw like a YouTube video with McFarlane talking about it. I was just like, yeah, I need this toy in my collection. I hate to use the word need when I'm talking about toys, because I don't need them. I really want this toy in my collection. I've got I'll talk about this guy later on, but here's a regular size McFarland Batman toy here. So you can see the height difference is significant.
Yeah.
But the detail on this figure is insane. The articulation, the movement, everything from it being a build-a figure is still, superb. The paintwork is outstanding. He's got this really nice metallic sheen about him. It looks like it's molded in maybe like a darker plastic, or I don't know, maybe given a metallic wash. But yeah, all around just an outstanding toy. A little Spawn homage, I believe, there, where you can see his belt buckle. It's got the little Spawn skull sitting there. But yeah, McFarlane is just ouching my wallet significantly, because they're rolling out with toy after toy after toy, and they are just insanely good toys. DC Toys, Mattel, when they had the license, they were doing some decent figures for a while in the last 2 or 3 years, where some decent characters like Batman Beyond and Kingdom Come Superman, but the quality of those toys was garbage. This is an insane toy, and you got to spend around $80 to get all the 4 figures to put them together. I would say it's worth it. There's of that wave, I'm keeping 3 of the 4. Going to sell the Superman, but at the end of the day, I would be hard pressed to not recommend this toy. So yeah, a little bit of an oof. And anytime you're building a Build-A-Figure, especially when you don't want all the actual toys that come with the parts. But I'm in love with this guy.
Why don't you like that Superman? I thought that was pretty cool looking.
Because he's Superman, man.
I enjoy Superman. I just I haven't read that storyline. I haven't read that storyline where he's from, and just a zombie version of Superman. I just, shelf space is a bit of a premium for me. So with the character I'm not really in love with, it's
Superman Prime. That's just powerful Superman.
What's that?
I think that's Superman Prime.
No, it's not Superman Prime. It's Superman infected by the Batman Who Laughs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Merciless.
Actually,
Merciless is the Wonder Woman powered Batman, right? From that whole weird.
Yeah, sort
thing.
of. So that whole comic, there is essentially an evil multiverse, and the evil multiverse has a Justice League counterpart evil Batman. So there is a Batman that is, infected himself with a Doomsday virus to turn himself into Doomsday to fight Superman. There is a character called the Drowned that is a female version of Batman who is like the Aquaman counterpart. Murder Machine is the Cyborg counterpart. Speed Demon is Batman merged with Flash, and they're evil.
All right, I don't need the whole Wikipedia article, but we got the idea. So that one is the Wonder Woman one, and that's why it's
the Wonder Woman, and so yes, he's got a
and
Wonder Woman bat symbol in the chest there.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
yeah, I gotta agree with you. I think those toys are so cool looking, and I don't even know the story. Just by looking at the toys, I've kind of like pieced it together. Like that Batman Who Laughs is clearly like a scary ass Joker, and it almost makes me interested in reading the comics. Almost.
Yeah.
It's a good series.
Have you been reading it, Rick?
Here and there, the Batman medals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good series.
It looks cool. I mean, I would love to see that. I didn't know it was like current. I thought it was maybe something from like 10 years ago, but it's neat.
Just ended.
It just ended. Oh, so who won?
Batman?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, I will say, and that's another thing about the DC and McFarlane relationship, is how quickly McFarlane is putting out characters from the current comic series. It is, I've never seen that before with a comic book and toy line together. Usually you're talking 2 or 3 years before a character from a comic comes out, and oftentimes that character's already had a change in costume.
Yeah, well, that is pretty novel. It's almost like they're actually working congruently with the fiction, which is it's been so difficult for Transformers specifically for years because of the production schedules, and production schedule of the actual toys is so different than fiction. But there's already new McFarlane toys out. I saw them at the store the other day, and I was like, what are these? It's like Batman with the sickle. And it was a new Build-A-Figure I didn't even know about, and I didn't buy them, and I went back in the store after I masturbated in the car with Grimlock, like we said earlier. I was like, I'll go pick those up. They were gone, like 5 minutes later, so I missed them. I got Goomba'd. Sucked. So, yeah, look out for DC Multiverse. There's a lot of them, and they're deluxe class price, so... All right. Thanks, Phil. Thanks for going off topic. I think we have another off topic. Say it ain't so. Is that you, Swift?
Yeah, so there's a story to it.
Of course.
Because I took a chance, because there were, sightings of Red Cheetor. So I went to Walmart. There were, 6 Cyberverse, 3-step Transformers and one of the, large Shockwaves. That was all that was in my Transformers section. So I went over to, the video game section where the collectibles, where the McFarlane stuff is, and where the Funko Pops are. And I picked this up.
Oh.
This is the NECA Burning Godzilla from the most recent movie.
That's at Walmart now?
It's at Walmart now because it was a Target exclusive. And it came out a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I never saw it, never found it. There were 2 of them at my Walmart, and so I picked it up. And, it's on the inside. He's nice and red. I'm probably not going to open it because I have the SH Figure Arts version of this on my shelf. So I'm probably just going to leave it in the box. But because it was at once an exclusive, and now it's just randomly popping up at Walmart, I'm like, yeah, I'll buy it. So yeah, my excursion to be disappointed by a Transformers section once again led to me buying a Godzilla figure.
I mean, you kind of have to look at both sections when you go to Walmart.
Yeah,
You really
it's
do.
it's like a weird split, and I kind of like it. Target does the same thing. There's a section over by the video games, and there's also the toy section, and so I always hit both of them. But yeah, just devastated Transformers section, and it was the same at Target too.
So I do own that toy that I have out of the package here.
Nice.
And it is nice. It's really great. I understand if you don't want to open it. The packaging on it is pretty nice to sit on a shelf, but the bright orange looks really stunning sitting on a shelf. There's a little bit of clear plastic in them.
Yeah.
So if you set them with I had them, God, I didn't even think I had this guy as my profile picture on Facebook for a while because I had it sitting with the sun shining right through the face. You just get that glowing clear plastic. It's a fun toy. I'm very, very disappointed that NECA is done with the Godzilla license.
Yeah, they were starting to make really good toys, and that mold in particular was really good. And the problem with the first release is it had wacky eyes. Sometimes it would be looking in 2 different directions. But the one that has the beam and this one, they have those solid color eyes, so they can't mess that up.
No.
So they just look really nice sitting on a shelf. I have the Atomic Beam one and the original one out of package. This is why I'm just going to keep this one in package.
See, that gets me with some of the oofs on my wallet because I love Godzilla. I'll buy the original. And then, of course, 3 months later, they'll do an energy effect one. And with this one, they did 2 different energy effect ones.
Right.
So they did the regular, then the beam, and then the burning. So it's just I only have the 2. I only have the original and the burning. So I didn't get the beam effect one there as well. But, that's happened on a couple of Godzilla figures where I have both the original mode and the energy effect one.
My Target had, because a couple of the last releases they also did releases them where they didn't come with an effect, but they had like effects painted on them.
Yep.
So like they had the Tokyo SOS one where they painted like the lightning on them, like he's being attacked by the Mazers from Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
My Target had a ton of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A ton of them, and I'm like, there's no pressure. I'll get it soon. Like I'm buying a few other things. I went there the other day. There are none of them left. I'm like, oh no. I went and looked online. Like BBTS doesn't have them anymore. I'm like, oh no. I might not get those.
It's an amazing toy. I love that toy. That's one of my favorites of 2020 is that specific Godzilla with that paint job because it's just, again, it pops on the shelf with the gray monotone Godzilla and that blue yellow they have for the lightning effect. If you can find it, if I find one, I'll grab one and ship it on down to Florida for you.
Yeah, let me know.
Not making promises I'll be able to find one. I think
Yeah.
you're right. A lot of those have been cleared out, but if I can,
Especially now that NECA's not doing the license anymore.
Well, they were
Yeah.
also on sale, like the
that
whole
makes sense.
second half of last year because they canceled the license. They were like $22. I am familiar with all these toys because I sold them. So, but that's
There's
the only
plenty
reason.
of the Jack Pacific or whatever the Godzilla versus King Kong stuff. No one wants any of that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know you guys were. Oh, I knew Phil was into Godzilla. I didn't know you were. Rick was at the last ZillaCon or whatever that was in Chicago. What do they call that? It's like it's not Zilla Fest or whatever, but there's some name for the Godzilla convention, and I came out there and checked it out. It was pretty
I think
cool.
it's just called G-Fest.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I should go there sometime. I'll have to take a picture. I'll post a picture of my living room in the Discord because, yeah, I'm a pretty big Godzilla collector. Well, like I don't collect the vinyls and stuff like that, but I have like a lot of the SH Monster arts and the NECAs.
Cool. Well, it's too bad Rick missed this because, like I said, he was at G-Fest doing a table, so he knows all about this stuff. But we lost him again. So, yeah, Zaldron agrees it's G-Fest. So thank you on that. I have one more small thing to show, but I mean, I don't know if you guys wanted to go one more time. But finally, as I found all this stuff. Well, I didn't find Shatterglass Prime at Target, but I found the other one. I did find the gold Super 7 Bumblebee, which I'd been looking for quite a while.
I did see a few of those at my Target.
Yeah.
I think they were the only ones I saw.
I think they were supposed to be part of like the buzzworthy Bumblebee stuff. I mean, they don't have the branding, but I think that's why it's Bumblebee and it's a weird, wacky color. What's cool about this release is a lot of people buy these and don't open them because they like the box. The box or the card. The card on this one is quite cool because it's got like chrome foil gold on the artwork. But it's called Gold Armor Bumblebee. I keep showing these things on here. I know no one really likes them, but I do. The size of this Autobot symbol is kind of obscene. It's almost as big as his face. But
I don't dislike them. I just like them for different reasons than you like them, and that's the card that they are no longer in.
yeah, I mean, a lot of people do not open these. I'm one of the few people that do.
I think they're really cool MISB. Keep them sealed, hang them on a wall. I just have the whole collection up on the wall. I think it look really cool.
Yeah,
but
they do look nice. But just wanted to point out this is now pretty plentifully out there. It's kind of expensive. Again, the price raised this year at Target, so I think this is like $20-some, where the other exclusives, Optimus and Megatron, were like $17, $18. So that kind of sucks.
Well, those all are around like $18 normally, anyways, right?
Yeah, 18, 20, something like that. And Bumblebee's the smallest of all of them. So why is he the most expensive? I guess the gold foil box.
It costs a lot of money to foil a box, man.
Sure does. Oof.
Yeah, that's an oof. That's not worth $18, $20. I'm sorry. Back in my day.
You never know. I mean, because that's the weird stuff that, I mean, how much do people spend for decoys now, right? That's the sort of the weird thing I think that in the future that people will seek out because it was weird and no one cared about it at the time.
I mean, typically that's the long-term story of a unsuccessful toy line. You know, like they all clearance out, no one keeps them, they get lost, no one, everyone opens them, they just go to kids or something, and then suddenly someone finds out about it and needs it in their collection, and they can't find it.
I wish I would have known about these cardboard flaps before I opened them all.
Yeah, I didn't pay any attention. I knew they were supposed to be cardboard flaps, but like it just didn't. Typically, I pay. That'd be something I would be paying attention to, but I totally biffed it.
Didn't Hasbro also just do that on some Black Series toys?
I'm not sure. I don't keep up with that line that much.
They may have. I don't know. They pretty much always have that clear tab. I mean, but
Okay.
like the thing about Kingdom is when they announced it and finally showed the packaging, they all showed that cardboard tab, and I noticed that. I was like, oh, that's a big difference. That's the change from all the other Siege packaging. But then they must have been like, whoa, don't do that. Put it back, like you said. By the way, is that a Destiny shirt you have?
It's a Destiny shirt. Yeah, it's my Destiny shirt. This is the Warlock symbol, I think. I don't know. I made a Warlock.
Guardian. Good. Well, that's it for me. I don't know if you guys had another thing you wanted to show. Feel free if you do.
Unless anyone really cares about some Ultraman Blu-rays. Because I have Ultraman Blu-rays.
Let's watch them right now.
Yeah, let's go. Let's see. This one has 12 episodes. This one has it has a lot of episodes.
Is that a TV show or is that movies?
It's a TV show. TV show and movies made for TV movies, I think. I'm not exactly sure in Japan, right? But yeah, it's a long running like tokusatsu series. So I think like the original like Ultra Q or whatever it was that Ultraman eventually came from was like right after Godzilla came out in like '54. So
well, there is a Godzilla film where Ultraman shows up, right? Or is that some other?
No,
character?
it's not Ultraman. It's a Ultraman ripoff. Yeah.
Oh.
Jet Jaguar. Don't call it Jet Jaguar Ultraman ripoff, even though he is.
Yeah, I've seen that Godzilla movie with Jet Jaguar in it, but I was very young and I was just like, I think that's the guy I saw in Nintendo Power last month. I don't know much about Ultraman. I only, I know Evangelion and Transformers stuff, and that's about it.
Is the current Ultraman, is it a show that's more like Power Rangers where they change it up every year or two? Or is it like Doctor Who where, it's a continuing story that they just change the cast?
I believe it's more like Power Rangers. And then there's like maybe a loose connection, but it's loose. So yeah.
Zaldron's asking which Ultraman. So you just opened up a can of worms.
Okay. Well, so one of them's part of the Ultraman series is Neo Ultra Q. It's not actually Ultraman. I don't think Ultraman's actually in the series, but it's got some Ultraman monsters, I think. It's a sequel to the original Ultra Q, which spawned Ultraman. Next up, Ultraman Ginga.
Gangnam Style.
And then Ultraman RB, which is Rojo, and I can't remember exactly how to pronounce their names. But yeah, they're fairly newer series. I got a bunch of the older series too. Like these are all releasing right now. Over the past year and a half, 2 years. It's Mills Creek has been releasing the series in the United States, and it's all Japanese with subtitles. But a lot of these are the first time they've ever been released in the United States. So a lot of the really old ones are in like these really nice 10 cases with like a nice book that gives a synopsis of every episode and everything. These are the newer series, so they're in cardboard sleeves and a normal Blu-ray package. But yeah, They're really cheap, like $30 a season. You can get tons of Ultraman if that suits your fancy. It does mine. I like giant monsters fighting each other, men that turn into giant alien men fighting monsters, whatever.
Gotta love the alien men.
I read something disappointing along those lines the other day that most of the seasons of Power Rangers will be leaving Netflix at the end of the month.
Yeah, I think I heard that too. It kind of sucks. Is it going somewhere else?
I don't know. That's a great question because that's a show my son is into, and he'll just randomly pop on a season from 14 years ago and just start binging that, and suddenly I'm looking at Power Rangers Lightning Collection toys online.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I got one more myself here, if we're okay for that. Paul, you know the story behind this. I told you the story right after this happened. It's not a story I'm proud of. It's probably one of my least,
I got my finger on
most
the
This is one of my most regretful toy collecting stories. So I've got the another Mcfarland toy, the Mcfarland Red Hood action figure from the Nightwing Red Hood 2-pack. So I got this.
Are you really going to tell this story to the general public?
You know what?
Might
as well. I'm just
going
to own this. I'm going to own this. This is, it's all about the entertaining content here, Paul. This is content.
Spoiler alert, big oof is coming.
Yeah, big personal oof here. So this is a toy that comes in a 2-pack with a Nightwing. I've got the Nightwing. I'm not going to keep it, which kind of adds to the oof of this. And then because they also did this toy as a single carded figure, so you didn't have to buy it as a 2-pack. You could just get this by itself. But McFarlane's pretty darn clever because first they released the 2-pack, and then like a month or two later, oh yeah, by the way, this figure you can also buy on its own. So I got this in the mail from Target, ordered it online, ordered it right when the pre-sale went on sale. So that's not where the oof comes in. The oof comes in is that New Year's Day 2021, Target was supposed to get brand new G.I. Joe Cobra Island G.I. Joe classified toys. So yeah, those are giant oofs depending upon how much you pay for them, and they're giant oofs in terms of how much time you spend on them. So New Year's Eve this year, it's COVID times. I didn't, stay up too late for New Year's Eve, but later than normal. The wife and I, kind of fell asleep watching Superstore on Hulu. Great show if you want to watch it. And woke up to the fireworks, going off around the neighborhood. So again, a little less sleep than usual. Woke up early so I could get to Target at open at 7 a.m. to get the G.I. Joe toys that I had really been seeking. First Target I go to, no G.I. Joe toys. 6 people in line ahead of me already.
Goombas?
Speed over to another Target about 10 minutes down the road. I get there first out of the group that I had been with. And, there was a third Target that I had targeted to get to. But at the second Target, I see on the shelf, the Nightwing Red Hood 2-pack is sitting there. All right, let me grab it. Let me get it.
Which the website says comes out January 10th.
A couple of the guys that were at the store with me that were hunting for the G.I. Joes said, hey, I think that's street dated. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go try and buy it. So I go up, try to purchase it, try to go through self-checkout, just have the one item on my hand. So that was problematic on my part. And, of course, it gets street dated. So the nice lady working the register is like, nope, sorry, sir, we can't sell this to you. So I'm like, harass him. I go back. And then it's like, there's a Power Ranger 2-pack. Let me scan that. Scans for the same price. So, I take both up to the self-checkout and scan the Power Ranger 2-pack and then proceed to put the Nightwing Red Hood 2-pack in my bag. And same lady is standing there. She's like, sir, you can't buy that. And I'm just like, well, why is it on the shelf then? And I had personally never run into this scenario. I had personally never had someone say it's street dated, you can't buy it. And I had sworn up and down to myself that if that ever happened to me, I'm going to ask for a manager and I'm going to raise a fuss because how dare they put something on the shelf that then they tell me I can't purchase. And again, I'm mildly sleep deprived. And these folks are working there New Year's Day. These folks had to, have abbreviated plans, or they're sleep deprived who are working there. So of course a manager comes over. He's telling me he can't sell it. I go full Karen and tell him I'm going to call Target Corporate, and I do. I go on speakerphone on my cell phone with Target Corporate, talking to some gentleman in India, I'm assuming, and you know, he is opening the case. I have no idea whatever happened to that case. I've never been contacted since, but I stood there wasting 20 minutes of my New Year's Day morning over this 2-pack, of which I already knew I had one coming. I was just trying to get it a few days early. And that's how my 2021 started, was arguing with Target management and Target customer service over a 2-pack that I had already pre-ordered and was already going to get. It's a fun toy. I like this toy, whether you get them in the 2-pack or you get them in the single pack. It's a great toy. I have no idea why he wears a jacket or how his jacket zips up. There's no human way that jacket can zip up. He's wearing a 12-year-old's coat on an adult man. But besides that, it's a great toy.
You need to kind of put it in you need to kind of put it in front of your face to actually show. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Yeah, so it's a great toy there. The paint on the head is very shiny and metallic. It's very, very distinctive from the rest of the toy. The guns, you know, you can put in the holster, so that's neat if you want to store the accessories. But yeah, the oof is the not meltdown that I had, but the losing my cool at a Target at 7:30 in the morning on New Year's Day.
So what did you learn from this experience?
I learned that toy collecting is not worth it to that extent. And just right when you go up there, if you think it might be street dated, bring 2 toys up at once, so you don't have the person telling you can't buy it and then to go back again.
Well, that's what Lucas says. He says you need to learn from Paul and be sly about getting the street dated stuff. First off, you should have known it was street dated. The guy even told you. And if you're going to go hunting for that kind of stuff, you have to have some intel like that. And so if you have a street dated
I was not hunting for this. I was hunting for G.I. Joes, which I also didn't get after going to 3 Targets.
Yeah,
I did find Kingdom Megatron that day, though.
I was up that same day. I got my Joes, but I was in the city, so.
Yeah.
I don't want to I'm not going to tell everyone what to do, but, you know, it's just, I thought it was so funny. After all the stories we've shared about all this stuff, you pulled the quintessential sad bastard thing, and you knew better, and you still did it. And for that,
and that's why I'm flagellating myself here on this episode of Oof, because I feel like I deserve public ridicule for what I did and for my actions.
You want a big oof. I need to make a new oof, like an ultra oof somehow. That's what that's for. I appreciate you sharing it with us. Quite a story. Jay Holla knows. He messed up when he scanned it alone. What?
I did.
I mean, the real problem.
I was tired.
It was that you interacted with one of the employees. Once you do that, it's over. It's like, get out of there. Unless they... Because it's not like it's the beginning of the day. It's not like there's been like 300 other customers that come through.
Oh, no. I was probably one of the first 5 people to try and purchase something at that store that morning.
Yeah, so there's only 5 faces they've seen. They're going to remember having the conversation with you about the toy you couldn't buy. And when they see it again in your bag, they're going to be like, "Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
You're acting like a child."
And my thought was like, well, excuse me, why do you care? Just let me buy my toy.
Let me tell you how to do your job.
Though.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't.
Is this really the hill you want to die on?
The one time you crossed the line, you said you'd never cross, or I guess you said you would cross it, though.
No, I said I would cross it, and then I just realized no, not worth it. Not worth the. Not worth. It was embarrassing, and I feel bad for the manager and the lady working there, because it was just they didn't need that grief. They're working there New Year's Day. I'm hoping they're getting time and a half at least, maybe double pay because it was a holiday, to deal with sad sacks like myself.
Yeah, I mean, there is some finessing that can be done to get some street dated product, but it's in the gray area. I mean, I always feel like as long as you're paying what it costs, the item, like the exchange of dollars is the exact same, then, you know, if you can find a way to get it, then I think you're okay.
Yeah.
I think that's acceptable in this exclusive laden toy collecting world we seem to be living in day after day.
The scalpers would have found a way to get it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah.
No way. I mean, there's no thing that, you know, there's no method a scalper can use that you can't use yourself unless they're literally cheating, which I consider cheating, like making deals with the employees, like having friends that are on, you know, stealing stuff. You know, that's a way to get stuff. You can just fucking steal it.
Yeah, scanning something that's a lower price.
Oh yeah, I mean, just so you know, there's a reason that there are video cameras all over self-checkout. It's so they can identify you with bad purchases and stuff like that. Like, they know who you are before you've even purchased anything. Just letting you know, smart guys. Like, there's a reason that stuff exists. So. Jay Hollis says Studio Series 86 is street dated. Incorrect. No, it's not.
It might have been at first. I heard rumors that it was, but I think the vast majority of folks have been able to buy it, you know, for a week or two.
It's not street dated, and street dates aren't like store by store. They're company wide. So unless they mandated a new street date, like as of this, no. But I bought this on Monday, so no, they're not. Sorry, you don't have to. I've heard rumors of it too, but just the way the system works, that's not how it works. So I say no. I say boo this man. Ooh, Jay Holla admitting to collector crimes. I pulled the swap with Runabout. Oof. I'm going to give another oof on that one. We'll let you figure out what the swap means. I'm not going to tell you. But this has been Oof My Wallet. Again, I'm Paul. I'm joined by Phil and Swift. And we had Rick here for a while, but, you know, the gods must be crazy. He went to go watch more of the inauguration, I assume. We are part of the TFTalk network, and you can see any of our other shows on our YouTube page or our Facebook page. I would follow them both if I were you. We do have a Patreon as well, at TFYLP. This Friday or Saturday, we'll have Rick again with Cut the Tape. And then on Monday, we'll have our flagship show, TFYLP, with an all-star ensemble cast. You never know who's going to be on the episode. Maybe it's going to be Gary Chalk. Maybe it's going to be Duran. Maybe it's going to be Starscream himself. Who knows?
Probably not me.
Probably, yeah. I haven't seen you on that in quite a while. I haven't been on in a while either, but, you know, that's okay.
The last time I was on it was like the 400th episode or something like that.
Oh yeah. Well, we got you out of retirement, so I consider that a win. And on Tuesday we have Microcasters on our Facebook page, and next Wednesday we'll probably have another oof. We might have to do a special episode because I'm not sure there's going to be anything new to talk about by then, but I've been surprised before. I haven't come up with a theme, but we'll do something. We will do something. And don't forget about Book Club on Sundays on the Discord, and you can find the Discord at bit.ly/TFTalkDiscord. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
The bit.ly link.
Yeah, come over there. It's fun. I'm going to post my Godzilla collection up there.
Thanks, Anna, for not watching. And Zaldron says that the book club will be more than meets the eye, 17 through 19. That is post the big Overlord battle, so you find out a lot about Mr. Magnus at that point, I believe. So it's good not to spoil everything, but I
thought that was closer to issue 25.
I don't know. I don't know the numbers. I just try to make conversation. And I'm trying to keep my face on camera, but my microphone's over here, and since there's only 3 of us, we've had a really great episode. Tons of no technical difficulties to speak of. and we're really glad you're watching. Thank you so much. Jay, quit trying to tell me Studio Series 86 is street dated, because it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's never been street dated. Okay.
Go to the Target tomorrow and tell them the TFYLP podcast said it's not. Show them this podcast. Show it up on YouTube. Show it to the Target manager.
Make them watch all hour and 15 minutes of it, too.
Seriously.
And then kill yourself, because that is a big waste of your time, and no one needs that to be what people do. Please don't do that. Don't follow our advice.
We appreciate the marketing. We appreciate, you trying to put this show out there, but to force random strangers to watch an hour and 15 minutes of it, it's a little rough.
Anyways, thanks, Anna,
It's
Ron,
cool.
Jay, Zaldron, Lucas even showed up. Can't believe it. Minifigure collector. Rolling through these names. Did I miss anyone? Catherine, maybe, at the beginning? Yeah, Catherine was there, of course.
Catherine was there.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks for spending your Wednesday with us. We are going to oof ourselves to bed. Not together. Good night.